look in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to be discussing with you, ladies and gentlemen, in this reaction video is I have some white women, modern women, who are going to try to tell other modern women who are black in particular why they are losing on the dating scene and why they are able to take, quote unquote, your man. And I want to say she makes a lot of sense in what she's about to tell you. And I'm going to comment on it. And I challenge the men out there to disagree with this woman. And I also challenge the women out there to disagree with what this woman about to say. Okay? So let me go ahead and get into it. Get your boxing gloves on. Because we about to keep it real. Let's get it.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him.
I'm going to tell you something. Everything she says right there sounds pretty much right. Do you understand how she talks about being selfless, not selfish, but selfless, catering to her man, being polite to her man. And she also talks about being respectful to her man. In other words, when she said, when he's talking, I listen. And when he's finished talking, then I will speak. And the most important thing about what she said is she was raised that way. She comes from a two-parent household. And within that two-parent household, they taught her how to be feminine. She opens out by saying, when I got him. I already knew I had him when I got him. Because most black men in America are not experiencing or have ever experienced true, quote unquote, black femininity. She also says before she go get something to eat, she asks him, do you want something to eat first? Prepare his meal first. Before she go get something to drink for herself, she asks the black man, do you want something to drink first? And then she brings it to him. And then out of nowhere, she's spontaneous. Out of nowhere, she'll do things like bring him a fruit bowl, among other things. Can you imagine how a man who has never experienced that before in his life would react to that type of treatment from a woman? Especially if majority of his life, all he ever dealt with when it came to black women is animosity, judgment, negative criticisms, entitlement, disrespect. Imagine getting to a woman world of any nationality, of any ethnic group, and she begins to treat a man who has been broken by women who are themselves broken. A woman who comes from a two-parent household who was actually taught how to value a man, okay? And she said there was absolutely no competition for her in the black community. You know why? Because the whole world, as I've said before, the whole world is watching black women. Don't you think that no other woman of any other ethnic group is not paying attention to how unruly you are, how you lack decorum, how you are very unappreciative towards a man who is a blue-collar worker or a white-collar worker, hell, just a worker at all. don't you think they're not paying attention to what you're doing and what you're not doing for the men? So this woman is taking your man. It is not just her. It's women from different races who want to be with black men. And it's crazy. They know all they got to do is kind of keep themselves in shape. But they know the number one thing that's going to get a man and make him love her. I'm not talking about a man who might get with her and cheat. I'm not saying that don't happen. But that man ain't going to leave her. She can secure a marriage with that man simply because she understands the power of femininity. Our black women, they don't have a clue about how powerful being feminine is to a masculine man. They have no clue because they're too busy trying to be masculine. Okay? Now, after I play this woman, I'm gonna show you the exact opposite of this type of demeanor that she has. And it's gonna come from a black woman. And I want you to be able to tell, if you're watching black women, what we're talking about as black men. Because a lot of y'all already know, you just don't want to do it. But I want you to notice how this woman is talking here. And when I get done with her, I'm gonna play some black women. And I want you to see how they talk to black men or about black men. Let's keep going with this one first.
You know, like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially black American family, has barely a family unit. You know, there is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young, it doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown, because unfortunately, a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them.
See? And that's something, and something that she said that I thought was kind of important. She said that, and this is true. She said that most black men are not used to having certain times set for dinner. When I grew up, we used to have certain times, sometimes, you know, then it drifted away, but used to meet at that dinner table, y'all talk about y'all day and stuff like that. So she had traditional values, man. And those traditional values got her a black man, got her a good man, probably. The way she talks, she seemed like she's intelligent enough to know what type of man to get as well. Now, let me show you these black ladies, okay? And I may be using the word lady loosely, but hey, I'm from the South, Southern hospitality. That's just how I'm raised. So let me go ahead and play this. Now, pay close attention. Remember how the white lady talked. Now, observe how these black women talk. Let's get it.
One of my close friends, he's dating a white girl now. And now black girl's like, why are you dating a white girl? And he told everyone. He said, because the black girls keep rejecting me. It's exactly what he says. It's just the truth. It sucks, but it's life.
I know. Is he spending money?
Thank you. See, that's the problem. That's not a problem.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So
Notice the first thing that came out of the black woman's mouth. He said that his black friend is with a white woman because black women rejected him. And the first thing that came out this musty back heifer's mouth was, is he spending money on her? The values are different. It's always about what the man can do for her, never what she can do back or nothing that she can reciprocate back to what the man has done for her. You know what I mean? And she's loud, she's rude, she's combative as she talked to this man. You see what I'm saying? Like the white lady said, when the man is talking, she'll shut up, let him finish his thought, and then she'll respond to it. Black women do not respond. Black women react, and there's a difference. When you react, that means you are emotional. You haven't really thought out what it is you're about to do next. You just act on impulse. When you respond, you think things out, you're patient, and you consider whatever outcome may come from whatever you're about to do as you respond to a situation. Most black women are reactionary. They do not respond. They listen to rebuttal. They do not listen to understand. And that's one of the biggest disconnects that we have in the black community, is the fact that, as I've always said before, the biggest problem is among our women is they will not shut the fuck up. If y'all would just shut your mind and open your ears and have a receptive heart and actually try to hear what black men are saying, perhaps over 95% or more, or a little underneath, maybe 90% of the problems that we are seeing among black women and black men would disappear. But because you're so independent, you're so strong, you don't want to listen to nobody, you know what's going on. Like the lady said before them, you're single by quote unquote choice. No, you're single by delusion. Your delusional mindset is what's keeping you single. But let us continue.
Not spending money, of course the corny guy gonna be rejected.
That's not the case.
That is the case.
Your friend talking about he dating a white girl because the black girls rejected him. He does not need to be with that white girl because that white girl deserves better.
Here you go.
Because he truly loves that white girl. That's why he's with her. Not because these black.
He don't know anything about the black man who's dating a white woman. They in peaceful love, and she said that she does not deserve that black man. Do you see what I'm saying? She don't know nothing about them, but she already has this toxic mentality. See, women like them is the reason why, gentlemen, these type of women, gentlemen, is the reason why you can get with a woman and you think everything okay, and then this motherfucker come up there and get in her head and tell her, no, you deserve better. You need to know your worth. You don't understand what you're worth. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a poisonous ideology that these women have. They've been sold feminism, man. They took that shit hook, line, and center, man. Let's keep going. And you notice the nasty attitude when she talks and how she raising her voice, how combative and adversarial she is to this black man. He has to raise his voice just so he can speak over her voice. Our women are unruly. Now, like it or not, black women, everything that first white lady said, now some of you be like, wait, they can have you. That's the problem right there, that attitude. That's the problem. You don't want to listen. You can't be corrected. No one can reprimand you. No one can direct you. No one can tell you anything. No one can show you anything about yourselves because you know it all. Every time we try to tell you something, suggest or lead you somewhere, you take it as a form of attack, and then you become very defensive, and then you turn it around and attack us. Why are you not paying attention to women, your counterparts from different ethnic groups, different nationalities, the ones who are actually maintaining good relationships, longer lasting relationships? Why are you not taking pages out of their books? Why are you not watching them? Why are you not studying them? Or better yet, why are you not sitting down with one of them and asking them what it is that they're doing, and also ask them to be honest. Why do you think I can't keep a man? Why do you think I can't get the good man? Why do you think I always attract the wrong men? But you won't do that. Because once they answer you, it means you will have to do something that you do not want to do. And that thing is change.
I don't respect men like that. I love interracial love. I love all that. But the audacity to say that you're with this woman because your own race of women aren't for you. There are billions of beautiful black women in this world. So he done dated 6, and he done pushed up on these random hood rats in a strip club.
0.
He pushed up on these random hood rats in a strip club. Now he done with his own people.
Real life.
That is
goes through.
It's not wrong. This is 2020.
You are gonna get rejected.
And has never had a woman.
Why
because
though?
They keep rejecting him.
But here's the thing.
Even with the black
there are other things. We're not talking about, okay, maybe he's not spending money and that takes out this chunk of black women for him. But you know what? Maybe he's too short and that takes out this chunk of black women for him. Maybe.
I want you to understand and listen to her unreasonable standards. Maybe he's not making enough money or not spending money. And look at her face on the screen. Look at that face. Look at the face of a mustard back heifer. Just take a look at that.
I'm a mustard back heifer. Look at me. I look ugly as hell. Ooh.
Now back what I'm saying. Why? I almost lost my train of thought with the mustard back heifer thing. I apologize, y'all. Yeah, I did. I apologize. Keep going.
He's ugly,
okay.
And I wouldn't talk to the motherfucker.
So
maybe it's his personality when he dates women is different than when he's your friend, so you don't know that side of.
Okay, I got it back. Basically, if he's too short, he's no good. If he ain't got enough money, he no good. He ain't got no personality, he no good. They have a lot of trivial, no good for nothing, superficial, don't mean a whole lot, no substance whatsoever in the things that they talk about that would disqualify a man to get a black woman. Okay? She's just upset. See, she's upset because he said he's friend with a white woman. That's all this. That's where all that emotion coming from. But let me tell you something. This is why men must remain logical. Logic is our world. Because if we bring a woman into our world of logic, they have no defense, man. They don't have nothing. They get mad. So the reason why they get mad so quick and get emotional is to draw you into their world. And their world is emotional. And if you're in their world of emotional stuff, you will not win. You'll go crazy. You have to maintain logic and sensibility. Not saying that you cannot have feelings, but you cannot be hyper emotional like these women are, especially like this chick right here. Let's keep going.
Him and these he ain't got no game to pull him.
Thank you. Well, he's a good dude. Thank you.
You being a good dude does not entitle you to no my boy.
Absolutely.
You being a good man, I hope that you find the woman. But if you're not, either you're looking in the wrong spot or you are lacking somewhere that maybe you need to work on, and maybe you're not self-aware. Maybe you're not self-aware.
For one, I don't like when women say shit like that. My boy, my G, my boy. Look here, man. You ain't finna call me no boy for one thing. Another thing is, you sound like a dude. Any woman who yells and cuss and speak like that is masculine, okay? I just want to make sure we all understand that. Now, let me go ahead and put this other thing on the screen for you. Give me a second right quick as I put it up. Some more white women. Now, these are just happen to be white women. Of course, you can apply this to any ethnic group. I just picked them because of the things that they said. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. Excuse me, as I put on your screen. Okay, it's the wrong one. I mean, it's the right one, but the thing about it's not right. There it is. Okay, let's get it.
Dear black men, I just want you to know that I fucking love you. If you don't believe in yourself today, I want you to know that I believe in you and that you matter. Don't believe anything that society says about you. Black men, we love you.
And it's so sad to me because there have been white women have come to me and said, I was thinking about dating black men, but I'm scared of what the white community will think, or I'm scared of being judged by white people. And it's like, that is so sad.
I love you, black man.
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 I love you, black man. I love you, black man. I love you.
It's the fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar is genuinely sad, and is a reflection of how our white supremacist society feels about black men.
Black man.
I love you, black man.
I love you, black man. I love you, black man. I love you, black man. I love you, black man. I love you, black man.
I love you, black man.
So many Americans' minds are still so colonized and still so indoctrinated by racial pseudoscience from hundreds of years ago. I can't fathom the fact that I genuinely enjoy being around black men. A lot of the times when I'm with white men, I feel unseen. I feel more objectified. Just based off my personal dating history, the black men that I have dated have been the most genuine, kind people.
That end right there. She had a lot more to say. It would have took this video way out there, but you know, I think y'all got the gist of what this topic was. All right. So, like I said, I challenged you men. I challenge you. Was that woman correct? And I challenge the women too. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. I'll talk to you later. Y'all be safe now. You hear?